Hello and welcome to another video, and this video is dedicated to Maven filters, which I have in my hand. Now this is a temporary case that these filters are in. These filters will be coming with a really nice blue case that unfolds and all your filters slot in the top. This is a temporary case. This is a pre-order, a Kickstarter's kit that I'm going to show you, and I'm extremely excited to show you these. More excited than I have been for anything I've ever seen, because I love these. These are beautiful. I'm lucky enough to be in contact with Michael, one of the designers for these, and he sent me a set. I'm going to be using initially an 82mm set, and I've got an 82mm adapter ring to take my 58 to 82, and I can screw them on the front. But these come with a full size ratio from 72 to 82, 72 to 77, 58 to 82, whatever size you want. I'll put a list up on the side of the screen. Whatever size you want, they come with a full set of different sizes. You buy the size of filter kit that you want. I always go for an 82, which is probably the biggest you can get. That means it'll fit all my different size lenses. Then you buy the filter rings to fit the lens you want, to take them up to that 82mm filter. And the bigger filter you go, the less vignetting you get, even though these have got a really good low vignette on them. But let me show you what these are all about. This is about taking photographs with an amazing, this is to make, let's start that again. This is to make filter use easy and almost fun. All right, these are amazing, and I'm hoping that the color cast, and I'm going to do a color cast test against my case filter just to see how good they really are. In fact, I'll do a color cast test without a filter and then with these on, just to show you even more. So first of all, let me get a quick snapshot with my first filter on, which is going to be my case ones that I use all the time, and then I'm going to show you how these are, what these are, and how these work, because these are brilliant. I say this, I don't want this to be a comparison video, because it's not. I'm just using what I've got on me to give me a true reading of what's actually in front of me. So first of all, I'm going to take a shot. I've got the camera set up in manual, and I'm going to use a 500th of a second at f8, and it's focused on the lighthouse in front of me, and we're looking at the colour of the sky, the colour of the whites on the lighthouse, and the movement in the water. That's pretty much what we're looking at in this shot. So first shot is a standard, no filters whatsoever, and then I'm going to put a 10 stop on of my original filter kit, which again I'm going to have to put it into auto, aren't I, to make sure I get all the detail that's there. So this is going to give me a 1.5 second, because the sky is seriously bright. And all this is to do is just to give me an idea of what sort of a colour cast we get. That was my 10 stop that I use all the time. So now I'm going to put this one away. I said I remove my filter adapter and leave my 82mm step up ring, and then we're going to show you what I've got in this pouch, and you're going to love it. This is really nice. And bear with me if you can't see my face, because I want you looking at the camera really, because I want you to have a look at what I'm going to pull out of this pouch. So first of all, inside this little pouch, and like I say, it's not the easiest thing to hold on to. I need to fit the filter adapter. Now they are Maven, you can see there, they come with these nice lens caps. These lens caps are quite strong as well. So I'm just going to screw on the lens adapter onto my 82mm step up ring, and then once that's on the front of the camera, it can stay there. It doesn't need to come off. So that's attached, and as I say, if you buy the 58 to 82, that'll be on there permanently. You won't have this extra bit of weight. Again, you get the lens cap, very easy to go on the front, and look, as I'm pulling it off, it's actually pulling the camera off the tripod. It really is quite strong. So it's a really good magnet. Very thought's gone into that. Is amazing. So if you want to start with a polarizer, so again, let's start with a polarizer, and this is where they come. This is where the niceness is. I've got a set of filters in my hand, and you have to bear with me. Oh, we've got a seal. Steve's just shouting at me, we've got seals popped up. How cool is that? A bit of wildlife for you. He's a big bugger as well, he is. Right, so we're going to start off with these. This is, as you can see, blue. This is a CPL. I've got a bit of dust on it as well. So it starts off with putting a CPL on the front. Again, they're magnetized, so they clip on really nice. The CPL is a beautiful blue color, and that's how I know it's a CPL. Now, have you noticed it's blue? Good, because that is a really interesting point that I'm going to have to make on this. Okay, so we start off with the CPL, and I'm going to take one with it, what I would call on, maybe, and then one with it off. And there's not a lot of difference because we've got a lot of sun. But I'm going to do a color cast test. So this is CPL on, Simple as that. And then I'm going to take the CPL off because we're not in a situation where I can use this to its benefit. But because as you see, it's got this beautiful colour and it's notched all the way around. You also get this silver one. As you can see there, you get this lovely silver filter, and this silver filter is called a splash guard. So basically, when I'm out by the sea, I'm in the rain, I can then pop that on and I don't get any water on the front of my lens while I'm messing around. But we don't need to use this today because it's beautiful, sunny and very, very bright. But yeah, you get this splash guard as well. So I'm just going to attach that to that and put it back in here at the moment because I haven't got enough fingers to do everything. So then I'm going to bring out the next filter. The next filter for me is red. Yes, it's a red colour, which is really cool. These are ultra thin as well. Look how thin these things are, they're tiny. And on the side of this red filter, you've got 3 little notches. And those 3 little notches identify that it's a 3-stop. So colour-coded 3-stop, 3 little notches, 3-stop. Very, very simple to use. And you can put it on the front there, magnetises on it, and it sticks on really, really well. It doesn't fall off. So this is going to give me an 85th, 80 to 100 exposure. It's quite quick. We've got so much light. I'm going to have to bump my f-stop up something stupid. I'm going to knock it right up to 18, all right, just to give you a longer exposure if I can. This is going to give me 20th of a second. It's so bright out that it's really difficult to do this, but I just want to do a color cast. 20th of a second is not really enough to give you any movement. So I'm going to have to find another river or something to do this in. And then we come out with the next one. Look at this. This one is pink. A pink filter. Yep, you heard me say it, pink. But on the side there, you can see the notches on the side there. Yeah, those notches. We've got 6 notches on the side there. So what does that mean? This is a 6-stop filter. And again, stick it on the front. Very easy to use. Now we've got 1.8 of a second. And again, each time I put these on, just have a look at the color cast just to see what difference there is if there's any color cast. You're seeing the pictures as I take them. Simple to use, easy. Stick them together and just put them back in the pouch while I'm not using it. And then we go for the final one. The final one's gold. Yep, you've hit the gold market. You know, your money's in, quids are in. And on the side of this one, how many stops can you see on the side of this? We've got 10. 10 little notches on the side, ultra thin again, like all the other ones. It's coated with a coating that stops water attaching to it. This is giving me 8.5 seconds, so this is going to give me a lot longer exposure. And again, it's all about that color cast, whether we're going to get any color variation and stuff like that. We're saying that we're going to get 0 color cast, and I really got my fingers crossed. I've never ever used these before. I'm honest, I'm going to be really totally honest with you. This is 100% true. I have never ever used these before. That's the first time it's ever been on my camera, and I'm made up with what they look like. And I'm going to show you a little bit more in depth and tell you all about them in a moment, but let's just flick this camera on and let's have a look and see if we've got any color cast on the back of my screen. Now I'm flicking through and it's really good. It's really, really good. I'm quite impressed with that so far, so I'm just going to do a few more tests and then I'm going to come back and tell you a little bit more what we actually got in my hand, and I'll show you all of them up close. Right, so as this is a landscape channel, I'm actually going to take a landscape photograph, and I'm going to put my timer on. The tide is coming in around our ankles and around the bottom of the tripod. Now, I am actually using a foreign tripod. I'm using something, not foreign as in foreign, but as in different to what I normally use. I'm actually using a Leo Photo, and it's titanium, so I've got titanium feet in the water. Indestructible titanium, isn't it? That's what they make spaceships out of. So I've got these filters on and I'm getting this beautiful textured, bright white coloured rocks with all the little barnacles on it in the bottom corner, and I've got pen mon. It's quite a minimal shot, but I've got the 2 filters from Maven on there. I've got the polarizer on there, and I've also got the 10-stop. Now, I don't really think I need the polarizer on there. I can actually probably take it off, but it's actually giving me a little bit of an extra exposure because it's so bright. I'm getting sort of 5 to 6 seconds. Ooh, that was about 3 inches of water come over my boots then. And Steve stood next to me at the moment, and he hasn't got his boots on. He hasn't got any wellies, you know. He's stuck on a high spot. So I'm going to have to move out of his way. Grab all of the cameras. He's come across. Oh, it's getting close to my bag. Crikey, that was close. Let's just get another one of these shots, and then we're going to move out the way of the water. It's open, and oh no, it's closed. Right, XT3 battery's dead, just like normal. Let's move up there and I'm going to talk about these filters because they are amazing. can see them in silhouette because the sun's behind me now, and I've got quite a nice little shot set up. We've had to retreat slightly and move back away from the lighthouse and the water's edge because it's coming in quite quick. But there's a natural pool of water where I stood, and I've actually taken a picture there before, really, really low with the camera 2 inches off the ground, and got a reflection of the lighthouse in it. But you've got this natural S that's built around, that sort of the pathway goes round this pool, and I'm trying to get that in the image. And in fact, I can see it, and I really do quite like this. And I'm keeping the island, little puffin island in as well. But working with my XT3, because I'm not used to it, because my XT4 is broken at the moment, it's hard to remember what I'm doing with it because it's different functions. I have to keep turning the timer on and stuff like that. So yeah, it definitely does add. But the white light, or the light on these white stones, really does make that path stand out, and it looks quite pretty. I've got the polarizer on and the 10 stop, and you can tell that because, why? Because I've got a gold and a blue. Blue one for polarizer, gold one for 10 stop. How cool is that? So good. Got some longer exposures going on. I've got the camera in a vertical mode now, and the tide's coming in around the tripod, as you can see there. And look at it, it's blue. How cool is that? Oh, look, a big splash. I've got my wellies on. I'm all right, Jack. But yeah, I'm doing a longer exposure, 15 seconds and so, and just trying a few different things out. Just a little bit minimal, nice and clean. Oh, look at that big one right underneath my feet. Yeah, nice and clean. He keeps running away because he's got no boots on. But yeah, I think it's time now to actually show you these filters and stop being a silly bugger. Maven filters. I've got some notes written down on bits of paper because you know that's what I like to do, to make sure I've got all the information here in front of me. Saves trying to remember it all and missing something or getting it wrong. If you want these filters at the moment, they're on a Kickstarter. The Kickstarter price, and I'll put a link across the bottom of the screen there, and I'll also put a link in the description as well. But the Kickstarter price is $249 to get in there really early, and why they're kicking off and why they're getting all the production made and everything like that. And then you've got an early bird price of $299, and that's dollars. So get in there early, get yourself an order, get them pre-ordered, because you really aren't going to want to miss these. These are absolutely beautiful, and at the moment I've got them all stacked on the front of my camera so you can see them there and see what they look like. But let me just run through some specs that I've got written on here, and excuse me for reading this while I'm going, because there's an awful lot I've been watching and reading all through their list of how they come across notching them, the designs, the pre-production designs of how they come along with, you know, they had spots and different shapes and thicknesses and sizes. They've come to the decision that they've got the notches on the side, which gives you that instant thing. I can look down here and I can see I've got a 3-stop on there. Not only the colour, you might be colourblind, for instance, like, you know, if you've got a red and green colourblind, you're not going to see that this red one's red, you know, so you may have a colourblind issue that doesn't help. Obviously it's a hard thing to have colour blindness when you're taking photographs anyway, but these are colour-coded filters, and if you can't see the red, then it's not going to help you. The red might look the same as the blue. So they put these 3 notches on, the 6 notches, the 10 notches, and the notches all the way around on the polarizer, which shows you which ones are which I think is an absolutely fantastic idea. And if you look on their website, it goes through all the explanation on how they did that, and I'm fascinated to watch it. Also on my notes, reading down, I've got a lifetime guarantee. Now, a lifetime warranty is one of those things you need to just read into first before you commit if it's something you're worried about. As far as I'm concerned, I think it's as long as you own these filters, they become a lifetime. The lifetime normally extends to sort of so many years and stuff like that, but a lifetime guarantee on maybe corrosion or coming apart and stuff like that. When you actually look at these filters, you can't see how they can actually come apart, but obviously they are fused together in a way that you know, the glass is mounted inside. So, you know, if you have any issues with them, contact them. I'm sure they'll be ready and willing to help you out. And again, you get this lovely lens cap that's got like a fur lining in the front as well. So, you know, having that fur lining just helps protect the lens, but it just gives you a way of covering up the front. The lens cap's not really designed for covering up the filters. You should always take the filter off and just leave it on the front. But at least with that, and I'm going to give this camera a good shaking and a knocking, it doesn't fall off. It stays on there, and it is a good magnet. In fact, you can almost see the camera being moved on the tripod trying to pull it off, how good that magnet really is. And again, these are all stuck together. You've got to pull them apart, and they really are quite strong magnet. You can hear them popping as they come apart. They're not the sort of things that just fall off. You know, they really are a good strong magnet, and it's something I much appreciate being in them, because I've used other magnetic filters and they get a little bit flimsy and a little bit iffy when you knock the camera. And I knock the camera a lot because I use spikes and not rubber feet. It does get banged quite a bit. But yeah, absolutely fantastic. Really do like these. Very impressed, and I'm going to do my utmost to publicise them as much as I can, and I'm definitely going to be using them for the future.